Well, welcome back to Foggia here at the Pino Zaccaria Stadium. Things are shaping up nicely. Conditions, as you can see, very hot indeed, 86 degrees today. Now, the pitch today isn't in the best of shape at all. We've had a lot of rain in Foggia over the last few days, but it hasn't done much to help the condition of the playing surface. There's a lot of gaps in the turf. Not many gaps at all, though, among the crowd. It's not one of the Serie A's biggest stadiums, the Zaccaria. And 25,000 capacity has been sold out all week. In fact, we had a bit of a skater around this morning, and all we could come up with was tickets costing over 100 quid. So the touts really making a killing today. Now, speaking of making a killing, what do the bookmakers make of today's matchup? Well, they've confirmed Foggia as the underdogs. 5-2, the odds on Foggia getting a victory today. Juventus looking a lot healthier at 6-4. No, I beg your pardon, 5-4. These numbers are the death of me. The draw coming in at 5-2. Now, they rate the most likely player to come up with the first goal as Roberto Baggio, perhaps awed by his great reputation. I have to feel, though, that an astute fan with an eye on the recent results, 3 goals in the last 3 games, might feel that the German international playing for Juventus, Andreas Müller, was worth a punt. But obviously, that's at your own discretion. Now, the press this week in Italy have been banging on and on about this game, and despite his great reputation as the elder statesman of Italian football, Trapattoni's been billed by them as really a footballing dinosaur, ripe for slaughter this afternoon on the sacrificial table of the prophet Zeman. They've also resurrected the story that Zeman will be going to Juventus next year to take over. Now, Trapattoni's clearly had enough of all this, because in this morning's papers we're greeted by the sight of Trapattoni on the counter-attack. Zeman's football's nothing new, he tells us. In England, they've been playing like this for a lifetime. Well, is Foggia really playing an English game? Have we an afternoon of long balls up the middle to look forward to? And is Zeman nothing more than a Wimbledon fan with a funny accent? Well, we'll find out soon enough in the company of our commentary team, Liam Brady, and speaking of funny accents, Peter Brackley.
Thank you, James. Good afternoon, everyone. And while indeed the English game celebrates success at last for the national team, hopefully there'll be much to admire today from the top echelons of the Italian scene. Certainly some of Serie A's most enterprising players are on parade at this game. Foggia, perhaps the most attack-minded sides of all the leading Italian clubs. And Juventus, of course, with so many gifted players to catch the eye. Foggia heartened not only by their unbeaten start, but also by the memory of last season's success here over Juve. But if the likes of Baggio, Mola and Ravanelli do sparkle for Trapattoni's team, well, then Foggia may well be hard-pressed to contain them. Certainly Juventus performed really well in midweek against Sampdoria, moving the ever and even cautious Trapattoni to observe that he was right to reserve judgment on his team after their setback against Roma. So alongside me then in the commentary positions there is indeed the former Juventus and Sampdoria player, Liam Brady, now manager of Glasgow Celtic up in Scotland, and a winning manager from yesterday, Liam. Well done.
Thank you, Peter.
What are your thoughts on this game then today? We're all saying it's going to be an attack-minded game, an attack-conscious game. Do you see it that way?
Well, I think so. I think Juventus will be trying their utmost to win it. Their away form last season cost them dearly, really. They may miss Vialli. And compared to Inter and AC Milan, the squad is probably weaker.
Well, so many star names to call on. Juve coach Trapattoni has one of his most reliable then back in the fold today with the return of Jurgen Kohler. Dino Baggio and Vialli are both absent and through injury. Their places going to Marocchi and Ravanelli, with Carrera dropping out of defence to accommodate Kohler. Juve disappointing against Roma, but very impressive against Sampdoria in midweek.
Yes, that's right. But Foggia are also on a high. They must be full of confidence. They made an excellent start, 3 points from 2 away games to Lazio and Lecce, and they were very unlucky not to beat Inter. So they'll be full of confidence. I'm sure they're going to be a handful for Juventus.
Certainly their adventurous approach has been enhanced by the arrival of Stropper from Lazio. A good run is what he needs most, I think. There'll be plenty of midfield support from Di Biagio. And up front, Igor Kolivanov is back then to work in harness with the Dutch star Brian Roy and Bresciani, who could easily have had a hat-trick at Lecce on Wednesday. Claustrophobic atmosphere, it's like an English ground, really. The crowd's tight to the touchline. The referee today is Angelo Amendolia from Messina in Sicily. Interesting selection, that Kolivanov back in the Foggia side then, Liam, today. We led to believe that Capellini would play. He's been featuring in the earlier matches, but Kolivanov, a dangerous player, although maybe not scorer of enough goals, really, for Foggia.
No, he's not a prolific goal scorer, but he does score some good, really good goals. I think the danger man for Foggia will be Stroppa. who moved from Lazio this year. A very, very good player. Also the Dutch player Roy, he's had a season behind him, and he should be well settled in now. But I think they'll go hell for leather against Juventus. It's a cup tie atmosphere, and they're underdogs. They've got nothing to lose, and it's a very delicate game for Juventus.
Trapattoni will be only too well aware of that. As for Zeman, the coach of Foggia, he says we're capable of doing much better than last year, and the clubs base their work on money, not on ideas. And I promise you, we will continue to entertain the public, and we'll continue to enjoy ourselves. Nothing else really matters. Interesting philosophy there from the coach of Foggia. And there is Roberto Baggio, in excellent form again at the start of this season. And of course the man that everybody wants to photograph.
Yeah, I think on his day he's got to be the best player in the world, Peter. And we're very privileged to see him week in, week out on Channel 4.
Baggio with 21 goals last season, and also the most number of assists in Serie A, so he created as many goals as he scores them. Peruzzi, the goalkeeper for Juventus, one of the top keepers in Serie A, as he demonstrates week in, week out. And a lot resting on this man's shoulders in Ravanelli, Liam.
Yes, it's been a major blow to Juventus to lose Vialli for 2 months. Ravanelli, I'm not too sure about. He's got a very good left foot. He likes strikes at goal. He doesn't hesitate shooting. But whether he can replace Vialli or not, I don't know. I think that's going to be a big blow to Juventus.
Juve then to kick off. Just showing that Parma have already taken the lead against Genoa. Well, that's a cracking start for Parma, a team that finished third, of course, in Serie A last season. A goal from Zola, his third of the season, the man they signed from Napoli. And Imola wearing 11, 3 goals from him so far, and he'll be operating mainly up front as support to Ravanelli. Ravanelli, who's not really won over the Juve fans as yet, feels that he is the type of player that Juventus need at the moment, someone who can display grit and determination. Well, that remains to be seen. With 5 goals last season, Ravanelli, mainly of course when coming on as a substitute. Now he looks likely to get a decent run in the side. Away we go then. Juve attacking the goal to our right. This is Roberto Baggio under immediate threat from Kolivanov, who played for the Russian side in midweek. And somewhat surprisingly referred in the starting lineup then to Capellini, who was the leading goal scorer among Serie A players in the pre-season games. 22 goals he scored, Capellini. Although, in fairness, Foggia did play more games than anybody else. But Capellini hasn't scored in Serie A in the opening game, so today Kolivanov has got the vote. This is Delivio. Made his debut for Juve last Sunday in a match against Roma. Operating on the left today, as opposed to the right last week. Useful ball in too. Biagio away for Foggia. Excellent ball played in by Delivio.
There's a very positive start, good one too. Didn't hesitate, he got the ball to the back line, a very good cross.
One of the Foggia players down injured, I think it may well be Biagio. Certainly an early test there of Foggia's defensive qualities. I think it's Nicoli actually who went down there.
An extremely good defensive header there by Nicoli.
Nicoli, who's been brought in by Zeman because of the suspension to Kaini. Nicoli is okay. Relief for Zeman. Certainly a let off with an excellent ball played in by Delivio. Foggia rescued by Nicoli. The ball sportingly given back to Francesco Mancini, the goalkeeper of Foggia. Xhaka. Stropper wearing 10 then for Foggia. Oh, excellent pass. Kolivanov trying to send Roy away. An early chance for Foggia, and the goal! Less than 3 minutes gone, and Foggia have taken the lead. Brian Roy. Well, he scored deep into injury time at Lecce on Wednesday, and he strikes again.
Yeah, great back heel from Stropper starting off. Good ball inside the full-back to Brian Roy, who finished in an excellent manner, far post. Looks as if they've disallowed it, Peter.
Well, the referee has called play back, and I must say I find that very surprising indeed. I can't see what was wrong there. There looked to be some tugging on Roy. Now, what's wrong with that then, Leo?
Well, I think they must have given Roy offside, or maybe someone on the far side running out.
Well, whistles all around the stadium, and not surprisingly from the Foggia supporters. And certainly it was a very late decision from the referee. So Foggia denied the perfect start they thought they had. Baggio. Bresciani is 7. This is Xhaka. Kolivanov, comfortably by Peruzzi. Well, there's the through ball again. Now, was Brian Roy offside? Difficult to tell from that.
Well, I think when the ball was played, he was onside. His pace really beat Perini. Perini took up a bad position, and Roy got in behind them. I think Juventus are very fortunate to get away from that.
Certainly, the celebrations were so ecstatic from Foggia. They thought it was a goal. The referee has disallowed it. Juventus survive, but this one promises to be quite an encounter between the two teams. Bresciani with a problem there. That was the Chamot, the Argentine, who's come to Foggia this season from Pisa. Will be a very relieved man, will be Trapattoni. The football is fast and furious, Foggia, and they certainly can expose defenders with their pace. Conte, Ravanelli. So plenty for the crowd to digest in these early minutes. As ever, plenty of advice from Trapattoni. Roller. Away by Chamot, he's given it away. That goes Stropper. And that'll be a free kick to Foggia. Mola. Early signs that Stropper is going to be a thorn in Juve's flesh. This is Roy. Stropper with the layoff. Certainly a player we've always felt would do well if he got a decent run in the side. Stropper.
I'm sorry, Peter, I didn't catch that.
About Stropper, he's certainly a player that if he gets a run in the side, I think he's going to really impress.
Yes, at Lazio he was really in and out and he couldn't really shine. But here he's going to be the main man, I think, at Foggia, and he'll appreciate that responsibility.
Stropper on the free kick here. Di Biagio is also dangerous from set pieces. Di Biagio wearing 8 there. They've gone for Xhaka instead. And what a good effort. And a marvellous save by Peruzzi. Really at full stretch. Everyone looking there maybe for the shot from Di Biagio, and it was Xhaka who tested the reflexes of Peruzzi.
That's right, it must have been all of 35 yards. Great strike and a great save by Peruzzi.
Brian Roy with the corner. across the face of the goal. And Juventus are living very dangerously here in these opening minutes.
Yeah, the Juventus defence seems to be in a trance. It's nobody going for the ball. Great header, could have only missed the post by inches.
Italia, I think, with the header. Rossi would have had no chance with that one. Just going back on the disallowed goal, there does seem to be some confusion in the stadium. No linesman's flag, and nobody seems to know why it wasn't allowed. But that is from the man whose decision really counts, and that's the referee. So that we'll find out later. Here's Baggio. Conte's gone straight ahead of him. Marocchi. Delivio out wide. Delivio now, and the offside flag is up. Right, lovely skill. Attacking with a real flourish, Foggia. Stropper. And that would have been some goal if he got hold of that one properly.
Yeah, good run by Brian Roy. Left-footed player. Took the ball on the right there. Went past Torricelli with ease and found Stropper with a really good ball, but he never quite got hold of his shot.
Big year this for Brian Roy, with Holland, of course, hoping to qualify for the World Cup finals, albeit at England's expense if it happens, probably. Brian Roy not in favour at the moment of the Dutch national team. Bianchini. Nicoli leaving the throw for Stropper. He was actually on loan from Milan to Lazio. Now moving on to Foggia. Conte under pressure. Nicoli went bearing forward. They do get their fullbacks well forward, Foggia. Chamont on the right, Nicoli on the left. It's Stropper, very much involved in the early action. Torricelli. Starting in at left back with Fortunato, again out through injury. Julio Cesar, sweeper in the Juve side. Free kick to Juventus. 10 minutes gone, and a pretty furious 10 minutes, Liam.
Well, that's right. I think we've had an example of how we thought Foggia may play. It's fast and furious. They're closing Juventus down as quickly as possible. They're not giving them any time on the ball. And Juventus really be looking to Baggio and Marocchi to take the sting out of the game and settle things down a bit for them. It's not happening just yet.
Tackled by Chamont. Torricelli taking the throw then for Juventus. Juve fifth in Serie A. Foggia just one place behind them, but only on goal difference. There is Bucaro for Foggia, who's been preferred in the starting lineup to Di Bari. By Marocchi, Ravanelli seems to be pulled back there. And a yellow card.
I think Juventus should do a little bit more of that, turn them, just knock it over the top of the Foggia defence, and let's see what's happened. Anything that's played in front, they're closing down very, very quickly. So knock a few balls in behind and let's see how they cope with it.
Certainly threatened to expose Bucaro there, and he has earned the yellow card for his assault on Ravanelli. Baggio taking charge as ever. Such an inventive, creative, imaginative player. This time leaving the free kick for someone else, but he can maybe create some damage around the penalty box. Now, what's happened here? Juve are unhappy those two players aren't far enough away. There's Julio Cesar. My word, that one whistled through the air. No problem for Mancini, who is one of the smallest goalkeepers in Serie A, but also one of the most agile. Here's Xhaka. All beaten by Baggio. Great save by Mancini. Baggio really should have scored there. And Mancini rescued his team.
There's a great chance by Baggio. He closed it down, but he closed the Foggia player down quickly there and robbed him of the ball, and really should have had a better finish.
Ravanelli towards Baggio, and Mancini was brave and he collided then with Baggio, and that looked a very nasty collision. Baggio went in courageously too, and Mancini certainly didn't hold back in any way. I don't think you could blame either player. They both had their eye on the ball but caught each other.
Yes, that's right.
Foot aside from Baggio, but
I think maybe Mancini could have held that, could have caught it, and would have avoided that collision. He came out and chose to punch it, which was a rather strange decision.
Well, Juve underlining their intentions to attack in this game. The players were saying beforehand they certainly won't be settling for a draw. They feel they need to win to sustain the pressure on the clubs above them. And certainly the boot of Roberto Baggio caught the goalkeeper then. Well, Zaman hoping his goalkeeper's going to be okay. Zaman, who's done such a marvellous job in rebuilding this Foggia side yet again, having lost all those star players a season or so back. Not easy to replace the likes of Baiano and Signori, and of course Shalimov, who went to Inter.
Here we have another look at that, and I think Mancini had plenty of time to catch that ball and bring it into his chest. Really a collision that could have been avoided.
Well, it gives us a chance to look back again, Liam, on the disallowed goal and see if we can work out why. Have another look here.
Well, it's difficult for us because we can't see where Roy started from, but it looks to me as if when the ball was played, Roy was certainly in line with Perini. The speed took him around the other side, and it was a great finish. He had to put it that well in the corner because Peruzzi had really narrowed the angle. And I can't really see why it was disallowed.
Well, it didn't appear to be a linesman's flag, and it was the referee's decision to disallow it. As the man looks on anxiously now. I think he may well have caught him maybe around the midriff area. Baggio with his foot high. Well, that's good news, an encouraging sight for Foggia. I think Baggio rather winded too. They can ill afford to lose his quality services. Chamot with the pass. Bresciani. This is Conte. He scored in the win over Sampdoria in the week. A rare goal for Conte. Only managed 2 last season. Goes Mola, beaten by the determination of Xhaka. Mola fighting back and claiming the foot was high on him.
No, I think it was a perfectly good tackle. I think it demonstrates the spirit in this Foggia side. Really, Muller went into that tackle half-heartedly.
Certainly great determination about Foggia. It's their teamwork that has been their hallmark in recent seasons. Rather in contrast, perhaps, to Juventus, where they have so many star names, or have had down the seasons. Though Merle here was saying before the season started, he feels there's a better atmosphere about the place now. And they really do feel they are capable of winning the Italian championship to Juventus.
Well, they've certainly got the players, Peter, and winning the UEFA Cup last season would have given them a great lift. But really, they've got to get results at places like this, because they didn't do it last season, and they lost vital points in the race with Milan. And already, of course, Milan above them in the table.
unbeaten so far. Torino at the top, followed by Inter and Milan, all on 5 points. But a whole string of clubs on 4, including these two. This is Parini, outmanoeuvred though by Brian Roy, who started in brisk and lively fashion, Roy, and very unlucky, in our opinion anyway, not to have scored. Someone who has is Nicolini for Cremonese against Lazio, so Paul Gascoigne's team a goal down. And at Parma, Genoa have now equalised, so it's 1-1. And that's Petrescu, who's a former Foggia player. Zucchero with a shove then on Ravanelli, having quite a tangle, these two. Ravanelli, who had to play second fiddle, of course, last season to Vialli and also to Casiraghi. And the last thing he wants now is an injury. Now he's got a chance to establish himself in the team. Well,
I think it was a foul by Bucaro, and I think as he came down, he might have landed on Ravanelli's knee. And that's why Ravanelli is in a little bit of pain.
Julio Cesar rather with the free kick. It's Merla with the header. Up there against Delivio. And Milan, I'm hearing, are a goal up against Atalanta, and that's Jean-Pierre Papin, who has scored for the champions. Now Nicoli whipping over the cross, out by Julio Cesar, who continues to defy his critics with sterling display after sterling display, the Brazilian. Kolevanov couldn't get away though from the attentions of Jurgen Kohler, one of the best markers in world football. Kohler with the clearance. Baggio almost caught. They're having to work really hard today, Juve. This industrious Foggia side, who are very inventive too. Look at that skill there from Roy. Not a back cross in either. Luciani was coming in the far post, and it's Chamot into the arms of Peruzzi.
Yeah, Juventus look decidedly uncomfortable. They're being closed down very, very quickly, and they've got to battle on here. They've really got to grit their teeth until they get back in the game.
Stropper with the chest down, on then from Roy. Off goes Stropper again. Julio Cesar standing firm. This is Conte. Now Kolevanov trying to outsmart Jurgen Kohler. Xhaka. Rocky got his tackle in though. Zucchero. And I don't think Chamot is going to reach that one. Plenty of enterprise being shown by Foggia. And my word, Juventus have got a match on their hands here.
Yes, even an error with a pass for Foggia, they chase after it. Nothing's a lost cause with them. And that's what's really troubling Juventus at the moment. Their top players are not really getting time to show their skills.
Certainly are much stronger at home, Foggia, than they are away. Just 2 home defeats last season, but they only won once away. And you can imagine how thrilled they were at success at Lecce in the week. Now, they're going to succeed with this attack. Well, they might have done, but for the intervention, and an illegal one from Julio Cesar and co.
I think that was a good little dive from Bresciani. He certainly got nudged by Cesar, but even going down, they know how to go down in a dramatic fashion, don't they? Make sure they get a free kick.
They certainly do. What happening up their sleeves here, Foggia? Xhaka, who drilled in the shot last time. Plenty of urgent discussion going on among the Foggia players and also among those Juve players in the wall, hoping they've got their angles right. With Peruzzi behind them. Stroppo is going to curl one from here. This is Stroppo. Peruzzi with the save. Completely enough.
Yes, he managed to get around the wall, but there was no real pace on the ball. Didn't trouble Peruzzi.
One in the air by Bianchini. And Conte away for Juventus. Is Ravanelli. Good turn, brought down by Bresciani. Foggia setting about their task in fairly ferocious fashion. No player allowed any time to dwell on the ball, certainly not Ravanelli there.
Yes, but that's another dramatic dive by Ravanelli. He was caught, but really they did make too much of it, don't they?
Kohler with the pass. I'm sure you did when you were out there, did you?
Never, Peter.
Borini taking the throw. Conte on Nicoli. Juve having survived that little period of Foggia pressure, hoping to mount some themselves now, but not this time, as the decision goes against them.
Anytime a Juventus player gets the ball, there seems to be two Foggia players around them. It's very, very difficult. Perhaps as the game goes on and Foggia are not so ready and not so able, Juventus will come into it.
Xhaka, Bresciani, off goes Baggio. Well, I thought Bucaro rather ran into him then, but referee ruling in favour of Foggia.
No, I think it was a good decision, I think. Obstruction definitely by Baggio.
Borini, now an Italian international, signed from Atalanta during the summer. Chamont. 25 and it's gone, still no score. But that thanks to the referee, really, disallowing the early effort from Brian Roy. And we can only presume it was for offside. I can't see what else it could have been.
No player really has been able to shine so far, apart from maybe Brian Roy, who's adjusted to the pace of the game better than anybody. But certainly you're looking for Baggio, and he hasn't been able to get into the game just yet. But if the pace slackens, that's when you're looking for him to come into it.
Chamont with the header. Up goes Kolivanov. For the weight of that confrontation with Jurgen Kohler. Chamont taking the throw. Bresciani finding space and deflected away to safety. Sudden burst then from Bresciani, and it opened up Juve.
A good little spin from the throw-in, and a good throw-in in front of Bresciani, really put him into the box for a shot.
Scored against Lecce on Wednesday, Bresciani, and he looks in good form. Now, Brian Roy taking the corner. Bresciani, up by Julio Cesar. Napoli have taken the lead away to Roma. A goal from Renato Busso, the former Sampdoria striker. Now Ravanelli, Mola ahead of him. Step through, now Mola surely has to score. Oh, he's missed! Oh, an astonishing miss by Andy Mola of all people. Oh, Liam Brady looking at that one in disbelief.
Well, I don't know, I felt Baggio just had the side foot is in the net and Mola took it from him. I feel Baggio was in a better position to take that ball.
Pace was extraordinary then, Mola, just sprinting past defenders. And, well, it may have skimmed the bar, but didn't go underneath it. amazing let-off for Foggia.
Well, Foggia are playing a slightly dangerous game and pushing out as quickly as they are. And Ravanelli saw the space there for Muller to get in. And Muller really took it at speed past the goalkeeper, but I felt he was going too fast. He should have just put the brakes on and let Baggio's side foot that in the net.
Foggia can't believe their good fortune as Muller went racing through the middle. Was odds on a goal. Torricelli dribbling it away. Luciani tangling with Julio Cesar. Referee Amendolia sorting it all out.
Well, it's another dangerous position now. Maybe Stroppa has got his sights. He just had a free kick a few minutes before and managed to get that on target. Also got Sciacca, who's hit a very good shot, so this is a dangerous situation for Juventus.
And the number 8 there too, Di Baccio, is also pretty lethal from set pieces. Peruzzi making sure everything is right ahead of him. Baccio, the captain, there on the end of the wall. Now, who's it going to be this time? It's Di Baccio. I thought it was his turn.
Stroppa's lucky to be able to take a free kick. Last year he had Gascoigne, Dahl, Signori. Maybe got a chance of getting a few goals this year.
Well, he's an exciting player. Is Stroppa, the number 10 now. Says the other number 10, Roberto Baggio. Di Biagio with the pass, asking a lot though of Chamot, and Torricelli was it first. And now we have to scramble back. Di Biagio, one of the outstanding players for Foggia last season, and hoping to build on that in this campaign. Scored 5 times in the last term. Luigi Di Biagio. Morocchi starting it on for Roberto Baggio. Getting away though from Luciani. Now Torricelli struggling. Out by Cola. Here's Torricelli. Given away though to Bucaro. Xhaka. Good work by Stroppa. Kolivanov. And out by Conte. Such a hard-working player on the Juve side. Oh, good work by Torricelli. Here's Delivio. Hasn't really got into the game so far. He's got a chance now. Delivio fighting with Chamot. And the referee ruling in favour of Juventus.
I think that's correct. It was a good battle between Chamot and Delivio. But it finished up with a foul by the Argentinian.
No real pace about Delivio, but plenty of guts and determination. And that's where he'll score where Di Canio didn't really with Juve. Quite made it as a regular in the side, Di Canio. Now, of course, having moved on to Napoli. Out by Nicoli. Rolla. Must be one of the quickest players in Serie A, Andy Möller. And he has started the new season in excellent style. His second with Juve. A trip on Kolivanov, but he kept his feet. And he lay off too. Nicoli with a return pass, finding Roy. Here's Muller. Jamot. This is Bresciani. Now Muller. Told is an 11-second man for the 100 metres, so that shows how quick he is. Golivanov. Good tackle though by Kola. Not too much gets past him. Roberto Baggio. Free kick to Juve for the rash tackle. It was Marocchi who was caught that time. Getting his chance in the team with 1 or 2 injuries. That was Stropper who landed him on the floor.
Well, I feel if Juventus are going to really get grip of this game, it's the likes of Marocchi and Conte have got to make their presence felt. They're not really giving Baggio the support in midfield.
Leo Cesar with the free kick up towards Ravanelli. But Foggia have dealt with it competently enough. But only as far as Delivio. Certainly Juve missing the other Baggio, Dino Baggio, the Italian international. He plays in that anchor role for them and is a vital cog in their wheel. Now the break is on. Bresciani, Golivanov had pulled away to hopefully give him some space. Still Bresciani, tangling with Julio Cesar, and the referee says no penalty. Baggio. Teppo's threatening to flare there just for a second as Bresciani went down. My view was the referee was right, Liam. What was yours?
Well, we're going to see it again here. Certainly 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Yeah, I think the referee was right.
Not sure from the view he had, he could have given any other decision anyway. Baggio. Pick through for Mola. Mancini came out.
The Foggia defence is furious with the linesman on this side here, Peter. He didn't put his flag up, and certainly Muller seemed to be in an offside position.
They've got to watch his speed off the mark. Andy Mola have those Foggia defenders. He will certainly expose them for pace. Baggio, Conte taking over. Here's Torricelli. Conte again. Xhaka though battling for it, and the linesman says have to take the throw again. A few missiles coming on now, and he's been struck by one. And he's under fire there. And there were some missiles thrown in the Inter game. Keeney was struck by one. Now the referee's under the linesman rather is under siege. Torini's header.
Well, that was a strange decision by the linesman. I think if anything he gave a foul throw. It ended up a free kick for Juventus. I don't understand that at all. He's been pelted with bottles and fruit. He probably won't give a decision like that again.
Bucaro. Foggia 0, Juventus 0, but opportunities at both ends, and controversy almost at the start of the game with the effort from Brian Roy of Foggia that was disallowed. If you know why, answers on a postcard to Liam Brady. Conte. Roy taking the free kick. Is Xhaka beavering away tirelessly in Foggia's cause. Bresciani now. Di Biagio. Chamon has made the run for him. Well covered though by Delivio. That's good defending by the Juve winger. Spotting the run of Chamon.
I think that's the reason Delivio's playing out there, and he's done a pretty good job. He hasn't done a lot going forward apart from a good cross in the very first minute. But he's held his position well and stopped Shamat from getting forward.
Julio Cesar to Jurgen Kohler. Playing his first game of the season then, Jurgen Kohler, after injury. Facing Carrera at the back. And it goes Baggio. Almost got in too. Actually just holding his chest there. So maybe he's still feeling the effects of that injury earlier on, Baggio. An exchange of opinions with Nicoli.
He's telling Nicoli there that he didn't touch her. I think Foggia thought that was a goal kick.
It's Mola with the corner. With a deflection on the way, and a free header for Julio Cesar. Well, maybe Foggia were wrong-footed by the deflection, but they certainly left Julio Cesar with a free side of goal.
Yeah, the marking's been poor at corners. That's two headers Foggia have got from their corners, and Juventus have had a free header there with Cesar.
Mola onto Ravanelli's pass. Bucaro was with him, and then some smart goalkeeping by Mancini. Julio Cesar with the header. This is Ravanelli operating from a deep roll again. Mola. Morocchi. Baggio with Delivio ahead of him. Baggio's ball through. A delightful one as well for Mola. An excellent save. A vital one from Mancini, but what a pass in from Baggio.
Yeah, great left-footed pass to pick Muller out. And Muller did everything right. Side foot volley. It was a really tremendous save. Instinctive save from Mancini.
Got down extremely well then, the goalkeeper, to deny Mola what would have been his fourth goal of the season. There's an injury, Ravanelli with a problem. And the referee is saying he's going to have to go off if he wants any treatment. 5 minutes of the first half to go. And he's having his work cut out today, the referee, Amendolia.
Yeah, I think the way Foggia play, all referees are going to have their work cut out. They close down very quickly. They steam in.
So I think the referee's going to be breathless at the end of this one. Very, very warm afternoon. Temperature in the 80s. This is Morocchi. Julio Cesar. Now Perini, one of the markers at the back, along with Jurgen Kohler. Now Ravanelli tangling with Bianchini. Bianchini, who has a pretty poor disciplinary record. He had 9 yellow cards last season, a couple of red ones as well. Still adjusting to life in Serie A. Xhaka. Chamot hoping to make the run, but to no avail, with Delivio covering again. Julio Cesar. Rockery with a through ball, picked on then by Ravanelli. Failing to link up with Baggio because Bianchini was there. Tarnacelli. You can see the surface a little bumpy. It's not exactly in perfect condition, this one. Luciani with a header, linking with Kolivanov. Now Xhaka. Maybe now Juve have dampened down those early Foggia fires. Hoisted forward then by Morocchi for Ravanelli. He's getting whistled by the Foggia fans every time he touches the ball. Now Bresciani. Kolivanov sprinting away to his left. Support too from Di Baggio. This is Kolivanov. Released by Perini, who was helped out by Conte. An effective clearance too. Now Mola. Olivio with Baggio outside him. It's Baggio now. Mola's in the middle. Olivio. Baggio. Almost nutmegging Stropper. And eventually, well, all they could do was to bring him down. Exquisite skill then from Baggio.
Yeah, he went for a little nutmeg. It didn't quite come off for him, but he battled hard to get it back. Then he skipped through two players and was taken down. He's worked very hard, Baggio. Been very good to see. He's a player of his skill, really appreciates time on the ball. He hasn't had it, but still in all, he's worked very, very hard. He's been a good team player today.
Just quickly, maybe a surprise break. Cagliari have taken the lead against Inter. A goal from Valdez. Cagliari 1, Inter 0. Now into the last minute of the first half. Baggio lining up the free kick. Mola. There's Baggio looking for Ravanelli. Royal miss kick. And that was deflected then. A shot from Julio Cesar.
But when Juventus get the ball in the Foggia box, they always seem to have a chance. The Foggia defence is a little bit shaky. And Juventus have come into the game in the last 10-15 minutes. They've weathered the storm, albeit with the help of a referee's decision. Still we don't quite understand. But Trapattoni, I think he'll be fairly well satisfied.
Mola with the corner. Wet through by Julio Cesar. That's 3 strikes at goal he's had in the last few minutes. Averages around a goal a season, Julio Cesar. He's not one of the most prolific scorers in Serie A. He's a useful man to throw forward on the set pieces. Conte. Julio Cesar. And then to injury time at the end of the first half. Away by Julio Cesar. Is Baggio. Ravanelli down the middle. And off the knee then of Chamot back to his goalkeeper. Has to clear.
I don't quite understand that. I think the goalkeeper Mancini had every right to pick that ball up. There was no way that was intentional. That ball back from his defender.
Just a deflection, you'd say.
I think you see goalkeepers, they're frightened actually to pick the ball up in case the referee goes against them.
Julio Cesar. Certainly the goalkeeper Mancini was taking no risk of being penalised. The ball spun back off the knee of Chamon. Baggio chipping it through. The linesman is signalling. Very competitive game. Ravanelli. This is Stropper. He's had a quieter spell in the last few minutes, Stropper. Now Chamot breaking through. And Peruzzi. And that came off the Foggia player in the end. Peruzzi very, very quickly out there to deny the Argentine Chamot. He's hoping to force his way into the Argentine national team over the next few months. Hoping to play in the World Cup finals if Argentina get there, of course. They now have a playoff with Australia to decide whether or not they go. Mola. Free kick to Juve. Roma have now equalised against Napoli. Rizzatelli with a goal there for Roma. Napoli having taken the lead earlier on from Busso. Delivio. Mola. Now Torricelli. Cola cooling off for Julio Cesar. Brian Roy. Biagio to Roy. And Stropper. Is that out of play? It was. Sloppy control then from Stropper. And the linesman right on the ball. The last few seconds now that of the first half. Conte taking the throw. Stropper. Biagio. Out though by Cola. His usual rock-like figure at the back for Juventus. Once they survive those early scares. That's a yellow card. As Conte needs some attention.
I think that was a good decision. I think it was his opposite number, the bad job. He really came in late there. Cut Conte badly. Good decision from the referee.
Xhaka still with the tackle. And
Beg your
certainly
pardon.
late on Conte. Just clipped in there as Conte slipped the ball past him. So Conte will limp off towards the tunnel in readiness for the half-time chat from Trapattoni. Bucaro and Xhaka then, the two players cautioned so far. There have been rash tackles from both sides. Those two have been the worst, I think, to date. Julio Cesar's long ball, searching out Ravanelli, who goes in vain for the corner. And the half-time whistle is blown. The half had certainly started in an explosive fashion, and the strike from Brian Roy, which has still left us mystified as to why the goal was disallowed. But once they'd answered that early storm really from Foggia, Juve settled, Liam, and maybe were asking more questions themselves as the half wore on.
Yeah, I think Juventus had difficulty in coping with the way Foggia started, the closing down, the pressurising of all the Juventus players. They were getting a lot of joy down the left with Brian Roy, and Perini looked the weakness down the right side for Juventus. But gradually they came into the game, and really Juventus have created the clear-cut chances. Muller will be feeling really disappointed he didn't put that one away. Cesar's had a couple of chances, and then Muller's finish on the volley from a splendid pass from Baggio was unlucky not to go in. I think Trapattoni will feel very, very satisfied that they've weathered the storm, and who knows, second half Foggia might drop the pace even more and Juventus can come into it.
So there we are, no goals. The first half, Foggia against Juventus. We'll be back after a short break, so stay with us.
Welcome back to the Pino Zaccaria Stadium here down south in Foggia. Now, just a couple of headlines to update you on while the half-time is underway. No real explanation from the journalist we've been talking to about why that goal was disallowed for Foggia right at the start of the game. The consensus of opinion seems to be it's always that way with Juventus. They're just too powerful. Slightly controversial view there. Nonetheless, let's crack on with the half-time scores as they stand. Just a quick couple of headlines here. First of all, Cagliari, who haven't actually won a game yet this season, are 1-0 up at the moment against Inter. And other than that, things pretty much as normal. Milan 1-0 up against Atalanta. Sampdoria, surprisingly, 1-1 against Lecce. Lecce, after all, the bottom club in Serie A. Now, we'll bring you the rest of those scores and all the scorers in a couple of minutes. But first of all, here's Peter Brackley.
Thank you, James. So just to look back then on one or two of the highlights from the first half, and certainly the most controversial one was the disallowed goal just a couple of minutes in. Now, we've looked at it umpteen times, Liam. I really can't see what else it could be other than offside. Maybe a suggestion of a bit of a tug there from Perini on Roy, but not the other way round.
Well, that's right. Perini's finished up on the deck, and I don't know whether the referee was in a bad decision or a bad position to judge. But Roy looked onside. He didn't foul Perini. Now, I can't see why the goal is disallowed.
Well, there's a shot from Xhaka, and tremendous effort, well saved then by Peruzzi. And from the corner, Di Biagio, I think, was there with the header.
Yeah, inches wide there. Juventus marking was very slack. Again, this is the situation where I thought Mancini should have cut the ball. Baggio was watching the ball and really didn't see the goalkeeper come off his line. But it's something that happens in a game, and I think you couldn't fault the goalkeeper or Baggio.
Now here's the bowler miss. You felt maybe he should have left it there for Baggio.
Yeah, Baggio, something similar to the goal he scored against Sampdoria during the week on Wednesday. He just had to side foot this one in. And Muller's running at speed. He did ever so well, Muller, but I just felt he should have left it to Baggio. Baggio had the easier opportunity.
Just going to say it was the other way around in the Sampdoria game when Baggio did slot it in from a fairly similar kind of situation. So there we are. That's the way of the first half then. No goals so far. Opportunities for both teams, and certainly Foggia the stronger side early on, but then Juve having the better of things towards the end of that first half. What do you think Zeman, the coach of Foggia, might have had to say at half-time, Liam, to help them to reassert their command?
Well, I think he'd be telling them to go out and start the second half as they did the first half, with that enthusiasm, closing Juventus down, winning the ball in Juventus's half and making chances. But likewise, Trapattoni will be saying now, there's no way they can keep this up. Let's hit them on the break. And if anything, you would favour Juventus slightly now.
Well, we shall see. We'll, of course, have the whole of the second half for you. Other half-time scores as well coming up after the break.
Welcome back to the Pino Zaccaria. Unusually for a football ground, this is a stadium actually named after a local painter. Now that aside, time to confirm all the half-time scores from week 4 of Serie A. Cagliari are 1-0 up against Inter. Their Panamanian striker Deli Valdez, proving a worthwhile investment for them, and a disappointment so far on Walter Zenga's 300th Serie A game. Cremonese surprisingly 1-0 up in the match against Lazio. Nicolini the scorer there. Our live game obviously 0-0. Foggia against Juventus. Milan making their home debut at the San Siro this season, 1-0 against Atalanta. Papan the scorers there. Aspriglia's back for Parma. They're 1-0 up against Genoa, but the scorer for Parma, they're 1-1 in a draw with Genoa as it stands at the moment. Zola the scorer for Parma. Dan Petrescu, an ex-Foggia player for Genoa. Now in the local derby in Emilia-Romagna, two newly promoted teams, Reggiana 0, Piacenza 1, Cadamanti the scorer there. And the derby of the south, something like 60,000 fans we're told at the Stadio Olimpico. Roma tying 1-1 with Napoli at the moment. Rizzitelli the scorer for Roma, Buzo for Napoli. Sampdoria 1-1 as well with Lecce. Lecce Serie A's bottom club, as we say. Jugovic the scorer for Sampdoria, Gerson for Lecce. Torino Udinese 0-0 at the moment, of course, because that game doesn't actually kick off till 8:30 this evening. Well, back now to our commentary team for the second half of Foggia against Juventus, Liam Brady and Peter Brackley.
Yes, James, and we were talking there, Liam, earlier on about, during the half-time break there, about the number of rather rash challenges from Foggia in the first half. Just checking here, 75 yellow cards last season, and that maybe not too surprising after what we've seen in the first half.
Well, absolutely, and you can see why they're difficult to beat at Foggia. They have an excellent record. They nearly beat Inter here last Sunday, and they play that way. They have to play that way. I'm sure Zeman would admit that they have to play that way, because if they put it purely on a battle of skill with teams like Inter and Juventus, they're probably going to lose out. So you have to admire them. They've done well. They've sold a lot of really top-class players to the bigger clubs, and they've replaced them well. And they've started the championship very, very well. And Juventus have a real game on their hands here, but as I said just before the break, Trapattoni will be feeling reasonably satisfied. They made a few chances in the last 20 minutes of the first half, and really I think Muller should have scored. He should have got his 4th goal of the season.
Certainly nothing can detract from the efforts that Zeman, the Czech, has put in recent seasons in reassembling the side again after selling so many players. His prized assets going for a combined total of £25 million, and replaced them really by bringing in 17 players from the lower divisions to the value of around £8 million. Those lower division players have settled in well. They've got a good team spirit going for them, and they certainly threatened to embarrass Juve early on in this game. Referee Angelo Amendolia disallowing the effort from Ryan Roy, which has been, of course, the main talking point around the stadium.
Yeah, and I think if Foggia are going to get any joy out of the Juventus defence, they have to insist on going down their left against the boy Perini. He's only just arrived at Juventus, and he's having a difficult afternoon today. Roy got in behind him for the goal that was disallowed, and he looks a little bit unsettled, whereas Kuller has marked Kolivanov very well, and the two players, Torricelli and Delivio, have stopped Chamot and Bresciani from getting any joy down the right.
Well, Kolivanov starting the second half, and I would think every chance that Capolini may well be brought on to replace him if things don't improve for Foggia in terms of goal-scoring opportunities. Mind you, whoever Jurgen Kohler marks is not in for an easy time, that's for sure. Delivio with the pass. This is Torricelli. Now Bresciani, very lively performer for Foggia. Good work by Di Biagio. Up towards Brian Roy. He had Stromper in support, but chose the other way, but he has got the free kick. As he tried to weave his way towards that Juve penalty box. Wondering now who is going to strike for goal. Various options open here to Foggia. Now, will it be Stromper this time or Di Biagio? Stromper, they're wearing 10, seems to be placing himself near to the wall. Through and away, well over the bar. So it's back to the drawing board from the free kicks for Foggia. Baruzzi here, who's now established himself as one of the best keepers in Serie A. Behind the likes of Pagliuca and Marchegiani, and of course Zenga of Inter. Up by Julio Cesar. Torricelli. Wearing the captain's armband in the absence of Seno, the normal captain, who is still out through injury. Brian Roy to Xhaka. Easy though for Julio Cesar. Now he's given it away. But a start to the second half from two teams who certainly chased the game in the early stages of the first one. They are playing, remember, in searing heat in the stadium. And I'm sure that is going to take its toll late on. Forward by Mola. Up towards Brian Roy. No success for him. Or for Stromper. Bianchini then with a header. Now Kolivanov with Kohler in attendance. Bresciani's in the middle. Didn't reach him though. Julio Cesar, towering figure, heads it away. Drilled back in again by Brian Roy. It was Brazilian was there once more. Xhaka with a shot. Who's in the way? Julio Cesar.
Great defending from the big Brazilian defender there. Two good headers and a really good block.
Amazing to think he only cost £100,000, Julio Cesar, a few seasons back from Montpellier in France.
He was a great buy.
That was the push there on Conte, who went down in agony. Just about their best player last season, Conte. Very valuable member of the side. Still a fantastic atmosphere in the stadium. Every one of these Foggia fans believing their team can go on to win. Certainly the signs were towards the end of the first half that Juve had their measure.
Conte looks in real difficulty here. It's come down very awkwardly on his shoulder or his arm, and I think he could be struggling to continue.
Looking down through the subs, they have Roberto Gallia there, so I would think that's the likeliest swap. They do need to make one. Di Biagio, done well here. Roy almost on the end of it. Now Stropper. And rather wasted on the cross. The alarm bells were ringing at the back then for Juve. Brian Roy went in on the cross.
Well, that's twice they very nearly got in from throw-ins. You can obviously see that's
Di Biagio down there injured.
been well rehearsed in training, Peter, those throw-ins. Good crossover there, and Di Biagio got right in. The ball didn't bounce kindly for him, but he managed to get it across the goal.
Well, he did well to cross it over at all. He just stretched out there and got caught by Julio Cesar, which I wouldn't wish on anyone. It's okay. Real favourite with the Foggia fans, Di Biagio.
Yeah, he's put in a whole lot of work today, and he's probably been, alongside Roy, their best player.
Actually discarded by Lazio back in '89, Di Biagio. They had 3 seasons with Monza, playing in the lower divisions before moving to Foggia last year. Niccoli, here's Stropper. Lost his way a bit towards the end of the first half, Stropper, after a very promising start, and he seemed to be involved in everything. Forward by Jurgen Kohler. Nothing on there for Ravanelli, a lone figure up front. Di Livio. This is Torricelli taking the throw back for Juventus. Plenty of goals in the Roma match. Roma 2, Napoli 2 now the score in the Olympic Stadium. Bonacina has scored the second goal for Roma. That is something of a rarity. He scores all that often, Bonacina. Ravanelli, deep in the air though by Bucaro. Too easy for Cole, almost nonchalantly knocks it on there to Mola. Here's Porrini. Under pressure from Roy. He did his job effectively enough.
That's really the first time we've seen Porrini venture forward. I believe he's been called up in the Italian squad for the next international. He's certainly not doing his claims for a place any good today.
Chamot. Here's Bresciani. Looking for Di Biagio. So too though was Julio Cesar. Now Torricelli. Livio. Chamot was in so quickly. It spins off into the path of Barocchi. Ravanelli to Conte. Nola's got forward. So too here at Delivio. Baggio with him. Just flick through. Conte. He's onside.
Good effort from Conte. Good little ball from Roberto Baggio. I think Marocchi was looking for Conte to leave that to him, or maybe just flick it on, but I felt he wandered into an offside position, and Conte did right to have a go himself.
Yeah, I think Foggia were looking for the offside flag there, but it wasn't forthcoming. And Conte was not far away at all. Bianchini. Brian Roy, former Ajax player. Now Xhaka. The service to Bonacina, not 6 years as a score, but it's 2 anyway, very nearly. Certainly a rare scorer, and a vital goal there for Roma. 2-2 against Napoli. Bianchini, rather hopefully hoisting it forward. For Polivanov to chase. Julio Cesar helping out Cola. Bresciani gives it away. Marocchi. I don't think the pitch is helping, Liam. It's bobbling around the ball, isn't it?
Yes, it looks very hard. It's bouncing up really high.
With the back pass, which he wasn't too happy with.
It's got pretty scrappy compared to the first half now. I thought the last 20 minutes of the first half, Juventus especially began to settle down and play good passes, but it's started off in a rather scrappy manner this half.
Polivanov. Cola inevitably was with him. There's Delivio. Just doesn't seem to have the pace, Delivio, to get away from his marker there, Chamot. Now, Polivanov. Ravanelli. No cause is lost for him. Now, Bresciani. Kind of a late trip. I think Bresciani made a lot of it, but certainly a leg left trailing. Torricelli. It has to be a yellow card.
No doubt about that. Bresciani had done Torricelli come inside with a quick turn, and Torricelli felt the only way to retrieve the situation was commit a bad foul. And justly got the yellow card.
Good pace there shown by Bresciani, and Torricelli deciding to take no risks, and down he goes. So a yellow card for Torricelli. Brian Roy hovering over the free kick. Touched off to Polivanov. Marocchi with a good blocking tackle. Ravanelli now. It goes Baggio. Delivio. Sprinting through the middle, and that's good covering by Bucaro. Needed to be 2 with that man chasing. Xhaka. Come out by Cola, who reads everything so well. The best in the business, Liam, Jurgen Cola.
Yeah, he looks really to be back to fitness now. And any forward that's marked by Cola knows he's marked.
Xhaka trying to set Roy away. Here's Polivanov. Now Di Biagio. Julio Cesar with the effective tackle on Chamot. Feels from the crowd anyway. Not players. Certainly nothing to interest the referee. Torricelli, the Baggio. Great skill, Ravanelli. Stroppa was working hard to get back at him. No foul there. This time there is, and that's Marocchi. With a dreadful lunge at Stroppa.
Yeah, that was bound to happen. There was two or three consecutive lunges by Juventus players and by Foggia players. And when something like that happens, it always seems to finish in a bad foul.
They'd attacked Ravanelli, a whole bunch of them really, Foggia. They'd come out of that one, and then down went Stroppa. Has a real chance to make a name for himself this season. Having been in the shadows of regular players in the past at his other clubs. Never really got a chance till now. And this man knows he's got to fight on for a place too. Marocchi, a former Italian international, but he hasn't featured in the national team since the World Cup of 1990, or around that time anyway. And now really only a French player at Juventus, the team because of injuries to other players. Stroppa back in the fray. Some frustration now creeping into Foggia's play. They've lost much of their early zest with an hour gone. So hard to break down though, Juventus. This defence marshal around Cola and Julio Cesar. Now Baggio on the break. There's danger here. It must be a goal. No, he took it too far. Well, it seemed certainty then that Baggio had to score. But as with Mola in the first half, the chance has been squandered.
Yeah, it was brilliant skill by Baggio to take the ball as cleanly as he did. I felt the goalkeeper gave him every chance. He never ventured off his line.
Ravanelli to stay with us for a moment there. We'll look back on that miss. Once the ball is simply gathered by Mancini, who must be a very relieved man.
Yeah, Baggio went around them, didn't get too far around them, but he did the same during the week against Sampdoria. Had a great chance when he was in goal and dwelled too long on the ball, and he did the same again there. I felt he could have stroked it in with his left foot, or at least knocked it on target, made it difficult for the defender on the line to keep it out.
Foul on Ravanelli.
Got a few fouls on him today.
He's coming for some stick, isn't he? He's the type of player who will have a crack at goal from anywhere, Ravanelli, and doesn't mind if he misses. But he hasn't really had too many clear views of goal today. Baggio certainly had a moment or so ago, and that will have to go down as maybe an expensive miss by Juventus. Stroppa with the free kick. It's a Xhaka coming for the injured Seno. Now Chamot. Bresciani. Biagio. Here's Xhaka. Broken up though by Mola. Baggio. Looking around to see what support he has, and he's found it with Delivio. Now Baggio. Mola. They nearly got through. But away comes Stroppa. Bresciani's got herring down the middle, so is Brian Roy. Bresciani and Roy! And this time it does count.
Well, that's the first time I've seen Juventus commit all the midfield players forward, and they were caught on the break because of it. Bresciani got through, his first shot was blocked.
Oh, they're appealing there for offside. Torricelli with his hand raised. Good save by Peruzzi, and Roy to steer it in.
Came up at a nice height for Roy. Juventus players were maybe looking for offside against Bresciani, but they've got away in the first half, and they ain't got away with it now. Trapattoni will be a very unhappy man because he's been caught on the break. No midfield players protecting the Juventus defence at all.
So Foggia take the lead on 63 minutes. Brian Roy, so disappointed when his earlier effort was disallowed. Maybe they'll say justice is done. And Juventus having almost sneaked through themselves just before the breakaway, find themselves a goal down. And that miss of Baggio's added to the one earlier from Mola, beginning to look very costly, Leo.
Yes, we've still got a long way to go. Certainly lifted a game that started off in a scrappy fashion in the second half. Makes it a great game now.
Bresciani, Ivanov. Kola at the way. Mola. Delivio. In fairness to Juve, I don't think they came here with any thoughts of setting for a draw. Certainly can't do that now. They will have to raise their game again. And stay firm at the back too. Bresciani. Ivanov. They would have been offside there.
It's really the first time that the Juventus defence has tried to play offside and they've been caught. Bresciani did look offside. Perhaps we'll see it again from another angle.
There was Bresciani, now Kola, punting it forward towards Baggio. Bucaro was there, and the flag is up for offside. Wicket taken, albeit in the rock place from Xhaka. Strumper to Roy. Now there's a spring in Podger's step. Still Roy. Ivanov, very close to the head of that. Down goes Bresciani.
Well, there we saw another example of this Foggia side. Ivanov didn't get a clean header on that, but the ball looked as if it was going out, but Bresciani didn't give it up. There's never a lost cause with this team. He's managed to get a free kick in a very dangerous area, and Royal curled this in with his left foot.
All happening to the Olympic Stadium. It's now Roma 2, Napoli 3, and Ferrara has given Napoli the lead. Now Roy with the free kick. Forward by Xhaka. Is Ravanelli. Deep in his own territory. Juve will want it further forward. Mola. Baggio. Great mistake by him. Ivanov had stayed onside. This is Barocchi for Juve. Now Ravanelli. Delivio. Ivanov. Almost got away from Kola. The help was at hand. Delivio. Roger, remember, unbeaten this season. Juve have had their colours lowered by Roma last week. If it stays this way, it'll put the seal on a really exciting start to the season for Foggia. They held Lazio in their first game, held Inter in the second, then beat Lecce. Hoping now to hold on for what they would see as a famous victory over Juventus. And of course, a repeat of last season too. Now Baggio, Barocchi, Mola. There's danger here, still Mola. In goes Baggio, Ravanelli.
What a great game we've got now. Really, the only danger for Foggia is Baggio and Muller, and they've combined well together there to create this chance. The keeper will feel aggrieved there, he didn't hold that ball. It wasn't a particularly tough shot from Muller. Broke nicely for Ravanelli and in the back of the net.
Shot from Baggio here, hit it in the face, indeed it did there. And the goalkeeper was still down on the ground as Ravanelli coolly steered it in. An appeal or two for offside, as you always get in these situations from Foggia players, but the referee is seeing nothing wrong, nor did the linesman, and yet a I think you've got to blame Mancini there for not holding what was really only a toe poke from Mola.
Yeah, but I think what happened with Mancini, he expected Mola to get a better contact on the ball, and he was really fooled by the pace of the ball coming into them, and he was leaning back, expecting a really harder shot, and it didn't materialise. Consequently, he came off him.
So Ravanelli putting Juventus back on level terms. Put it through then by Marocchi. Ravanelli, the man who celebrates in such style whenever he does score a goal. And that one will have given him enormous pleasure. He's just spun away from the keeper there. Full in the face by Baggio shot. And guided in by Ravanelli.
It was a move deserving of a goal, that. We didn't see it on the replay. It was a great little flick from Baggio to Marocchi. Good through ball to Muller. We talked about Muller's shot not really making good contact, but Juventus deserved a break.
Good break for David Platt. He has scored for Sampdoria, so they now lead Lecce by 2-1. David Platt. That I think is second goal for Samp this season.
Well, I think he could possibly reach double figures this year, David Platt, playing in that team. All last season he featured very rarely in the Juventus side, and when he did, he was played out of position. I think you'll find David Platt reach possibly 10-11 goals this year.
Baggio. Ravanelli down for Mola. The Foggia fans have their hearts in their mouths whenever Mola is near the goal, and Baggio too, of course. They are so quick and so thrustful with their positive play. Conte to Torricelli. Goes Baggio. Bianchini, though, is there. Finding Brian Roy. Very neat turn by Roy. He is such a skillful player, hoping to re-establish himself on the international scene. Having made a great impact early on in his career, and then rather lost his way. Marocchi. Mola ahead of him. Stopper's tackling was too tigerish. Mola with the pass to Marocchi as Juventus try to penetrate again. Roy. Leo Cesar. Stopper feeding Kalivanov. Torricelli away. Baggio in pursuit. And harmlessly through to Mancini. Seems to be okay after that whack in the face from the shot by Baggio. Conte. Marini. Conte again. Now Julio Cesar. Juventus having drawn level, playing some measured football, but unable to make any serious inroads into the Foggia defence. Bresciani. Roy. Strappa. Bresciani. Fierce challenge, but a fair one from Julio Cesar. And when the big man hits you, my word, you know it. Didn't see anything wrong with that though, Liam, did you?
Yeah, he's built like a fridge, isn't he, Cesar?
Like a what?
Like a fridge.
A fridge.
A full one as well. Yeah, he's got the ball there.
Now Trapattoni looking to make a switch. And I think this is young Alessandro Del Piero that he's going to bring on.
Juventus haven't really threatened on the flanks at all, in contrast to Foggia, whose best moves have come from Roy and Bresciani down right and down left. Juventus have had very little joy down the flanks. neither fullback has ventured forward. And as you mentioned, Peter, Delivio hasn't really got the pace to trouble down the sides. But, sorry, go ahead, Peter.
I'm just going to say it's Ravanelli they're going to bring off there, Liam, and maybe not surprising. He's been carrying an injury, I think, for a little while now. But the whistles won't mean anything to him. What will encourage him as he scored the goal. And on comes Alessandro Del Piero, who's only 18, and high praise from Trapattoni. He says he reminds me of Paolo Rossi, which is some praise.
Well, they must be going to push him up front then. I certainly don't know anything about the lad.
Well, he came from Padova back in the summer, even though he made only 10 first-team appearances for them last season, just the one goal. But Trapattoni, anxious to give him his head today. And the chance has come with the departure of Ravanelli.
Well, Ravanelli's done a pretty good job. He's held the ball up well for the Juventus players. It hasn't been easy. The Foggia side has really wired in, and he's had a tough time of it.
Rocky tangling with Brian Roy, who is penalised in the end.
I was saying that Foggia's danger comes down the sides, whereas Juventus are really dependent on Muller and Baggio to get things going for them. And although the pair of them haven't played well, certainly the things that Juventus have created have come from those two.
Julio Cesar with the free kick. Baggio just pulled up there. Roberto Baggio. I think the Juve captain is okay, though. Xhaka. Around 15 minutes to go. Deft touch off there by Brian Roy. This is Roy again. Hustled out of his stride, though. It's Roy who commits the foul. Good touches from him, though, Liam, Brian Roy.
Yeah, I think along with Di Biagio, he's been Foggia's best player. He scored a goal, he's had one disallowed. He's really given Perini a hard time down the left side. I think he had a poor season last year, as sometimes is the case when you're settling in Italy. But they'll be looking for big things in this season. He hasn't disappointed today.
I don't think Foggia were displeased with what he achieved last season, but certainly, as you say, looking for even more from him this time around. He's got 2 goals in successive games now. Only 3 since he arrived last November till the end of the season. So he's well on his way to beating last season's tally already. Xhaka. Nicoli. Support from Stroppa. Now needs a good cross here from Nicoli. Eventually. That was neatly done, but far too close to Julio Cesar.
Yeah, you really got to get it up high. He seems to be patrolling that near post all the time, Cesar.
Little flick on at that near post. Carrera coming on now for Juve. Wearing 13 and replacing Perini, and these two are going to have a battle for the marker's role alongside Jurgen Kohler.
Well, that's not a surprise. Perini's had a hard day all day. And really, Roy's got the better of him time and time again. Even in the last instance there, he put in a good cross for Kolivanov. It's not surprising that Carrera's come on to take his place.
Knocked back by Bucaro. Here's Julio Cesar. It's like a block of high-rise flats at the back for Juve is Julio Cesar. Stroppa with the free kick. That's a throw. Brian Roy showed for him well then. Xhaka to thread it on. Bresciani. 3 players in support. Well broken up though by Delivio. He has worked extremely hard for Juventus. It hasn't really created too much damage at the other end of the field. Now Peruzzi embarrassed by the back pass. One or two of the Italian goalkeepers don't look too happy with this back passing still, do they?
No, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Peruzzi's a left-footed player, and that's twice. Kohler's rolled it back to his right foot. And I'm not surprised he's got rid of it quickly. He had a Foggia player closing him down very quickly. But they've conceded a corner.
Which Brian Roy will take for Foggia. Touched off by Kolivanov. Julio Cesar, as ever, making the interception. Away comes Conte. Now the break is on. Del Piero. Seeking out Baggio and Delivio. But it wasn't the best of service to them. Off goes Brian Roy. But the whistle has been blown.
Wow, that's a terrible decision. But Roy showed fantastic skill there, flicking it inside Carrera, and Carrera was the one who tried to make the foul.
I think Brian Roy a little hard done by then. Julio Cesar with the free kick. Rocky. Now Conte. Foggia players looking in vain towards the referee. I think they wanted a handball there. Delivio. It's a good interception by Chamot. Off goes Roy. No, Marocchi was there. Chamot. Gave that one away to Marocchi. And that dive could not be missed by the referee. Parma 2, Genoa 1. And the second goal for Parma by Cripper, their recent signing from Napoli. Julio Cesar to thunder another one forward. A little more delicately though this time.
I think Juventus have missed Ravanelli really since he's gone off. They've no alternative but to get good balls into feet to Baggio and Muller, and they haven't been doing that. Consequently, all their attacks have been breaking down.
Delivio. I think a lot of the Juve fans, Liam, were disappointed. You can hear me above the noise now. The Juve fans were disappointed Casaraghi was allowed to leave. What did you make of that?
Yeah, well, it's a good alternative. But really, they had an abundance of riches there, and it was probably causing problems. Trapattoni wasn't really picking Casaraghi week in, week out, and yet Sacchi in the international team fancies him, and he's been playing him. Difficult situation, and probably Trapattoni wanted rid of it for that reason.
Di Biagio with the lunge there on Delivio. But he's back on his feet. And it's Roberto Baggio with the free kick. Rocky. Hearing now that's the final score. Sampdoria have won their match at home. Sampdoria against Lecce, 2-1 indeed the final score. David Platt with the second goal. Second for Lecce and Jugovic for the first for Sampdoria. So that's an excellent result for David Platt's team. Sampdoria's third win of the season indeed. Milan have beaten Atalanta 2-0. Papan, we know, got the first. So Milan still unbeaten. Benachayo, the Romanian, got the second goal.
Yeah, I think Milan, despite the changes they've made this year with Rijkaard leaving, Hullet leaving and Van Basten injured, I still think they're going to take all the beating. And really, if Juventus are going to do it, they've got to come to places like Foggia and win games like this.
That will certainly be in the mind of Trapattoni. He knows this game is there for the taking, especially as Juve have battled their way back. Julio Cesar with a free kick. Cola. Torricelli. Nicoli finding Brian Roy. Final score: Reggiana 1, Piacenza 1. Two of the promoted sides, of course. Still 1-1 here. And as we suspected, really, Liam, the heat has taken its toll. The two teams looking pretty tired now.
Yes, and it's been a little bit surprising that Zeman hasn't used his substitutes, especially the boy up front, Kolivanov. He's done a power of work. He's had a tough time of it playing against Kohler, and I would have thought that he may try to freshen things up front.
Well, only 5 minutes to go now. Still no sign of Capellini. So I wouldn't think he's going to switch it now. But Capellini has been the first choice in the early matches ahead of Kolivanov. Today he hasn't featured so far anyway at all. Baggio, the tackle by Xhaka. There's a clean one. Pretty vital one too from Foggia's point of view. Stropper now. Roy down the middle. Switching out to the flank and well policed by Carrera. Final score: Parma 2, Genoa 1. So another fine result for Parma, who I reckon could well be there or thereabouts come the end of the season. And Liam nodding in agreement.
Yes, I saw them play in the European Cup Winners' Cup final at the end of the season, and I was really impressed. They made a couple of good signings as well. Zola from Napoli, I think he's among the goals today, and they're gonna be in with a shout.
Mola challenging to no avail. And a word on your lads, Liam. How are you doing up at Celtic now?
Well, we had a bit of a setback last week against Aberdeen in the home game, but we managed to bounce back yesterday with a good win away from home. And we go into Europe this week, so got some big games coming up.
Di Biagio. Chamot. There goes Cotte. Chamot in the end resorting to illegal tactics. Final score: Cremonese 1, Lazio 0, and Paul Gascoigne substituted in the second half. Nicolini with the winner there for Cremonese. So a setback for Lazio, who haven't really started in the storming fashion they were hoping. Yellow card confirmed there for Chamot. Now at last a late substitution for Foggia, and it's Di Biagio they're going to take off and bring on Di Vincenzo. So swapping really one midfield player for another. An appreciative applause ringing around the stadium for Di Biagio, who's had a fine game for Foggia. Vincenzo with not too much time to shine. 2 minutes now, plus injury time to go. Julio Cesar taking a free kick for Juventus. Upped up again by Cola. Here's Brian Roy. more tight there than he realised, I think. A long block kick by Mancini, searching for Kolivanov. No chance in the air, though, against Kola. Stropper. Going through an excellent pass. And a dreadful cross by Nicoli.
Yeah, it was a good position. He had lots of his teammates in the box. All he had to do was really drop it around the penalty box, and it certainly would have created a problem for Juventus.
He's actually shown some good skill down that flank too, Nicoli, but once or twice when he's got in that position, he just hasn't supplied a good enough service.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier on, in contrast to Juventus, who have hardly got down the sides. Foggia have threatened down the sides all the time. The Argentinian fullback Chamot has been prepared to come forward. Nicoli's been prepared to come forward. The two wide boys, Roy and Bresciani.
The goal right at the end of the first half from Valdez of Panama has proved enough for Cagliari at home to Inter. 1-0 the final score, so setback for Inter, beaten for the first time this season. Cagliari recording their first win.
Yes, that is a real setback for Inter. I think they're going to miss Berti. He's hurt himself badly during the week, and I think they're talking about him being out for the rest of the season. He's a really important player for Inter, and perhaps that's the reason why they lost today.
I think the most dramatic game of the day has been in the Olympic Stadium. Napoli have beaten Roma 3-2, and Roma have had 2 players sent off. Roma, of course, who beat Juventus last week. It looks now as if this one is going to finish in a 1-1 draw. Your thoughts, Liam, looking back on it now?
Well, I think Trapattoni will be fairly satisfied with a draw if it finishes in a draw. Juventus have had the clear-cut chances, and Muller and Baggio really had chances to win the game when they both went round the goalkeeper and they didn't hit the target. Foggia, what we expected, really put a lot of effort into the game and really deserved a point.
We're now into injury time. It's Torricelli, whistles from the Foggia fans. I think they'll settle for this now. Conte, Delivio. And off Chamot. No, the referee has given the throw to Foggia. Rueful smile from Delivio. We'll be hoping he's done enough today to warrant further selection in the side. Again forced out by Chamot. They've had quite a tussle down the flank, these two. And that's it, the final whistle. So the final score, Foggia 1, Juventus 1. Foggia taking the lead through Brian Roy on 63 minutes. Then Juventus, to their credit, battling back Ravanelli on 68, and certainly there were chances in particular for Baggio and Mola. And of course that controversial start to the game when Brian Roy was disallowed a goal just a couple of minutes in. I'm not quite sure why. We think for offside, maybe for a foul, but no doubt that'll be all cleared up in due course. And we'll of course be looking back on this game and all the other matches too in Serie A in Paul Gascoigne's programme Gazzetta on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. All the other news of the day, highlights and match reports. We hope you've enjoyed this game today. Certainly it had its moments. And from Leon Brady and myself, Peter Brackley, we'll be back with you with another game next Sunday afternoon as well. So join us again for that. And don't forget, Gazzetta on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. But for now, from both of us here and everyone involved in the programme, it's goodbye for now.